Hey, welcome to Zville Lessons for Live channel. My name is Xander Villain, and today we're going to go over how to change the strings on your electric guitar. Now, I do it a different way than a lot of people do it, and I'll tell you why I do it and how I do it in this video. Hopefully it'll help you out. So let's go over to the table so we get a down shot and I can show you how it's done. Thanks for watching. All right, we're going to change the strings now on this bad boy. This is what I use to change the strings. I got a trusty tuner. I use the Snark Silver. Let's see if I can get this up here. Where is that? These are really good tuners. They're only about $25 to $30. I have a needle nose just in case I need to yank any strings and to cut the strings afterwards. Got a string winder for the tuning pegs. These are the strings that I use. I use heavy bottom, slinky top. So on this guitar we have a feed through system, which basically there's just a hole in the bridge of the guitar that you feed the strings through, and I'll show you that once we get going. It goes over the bridge saddles. These saddles are adjustable for when you're doing work on the intonation and the tuning of the guitar. I like to start my tuning by taking off the what you call the low E string. I do not cut my strings. Even when they're loose, you just go around a few more times and you can just wind it off, and that way you don't have multiple pieces you try to have to dispose of. I like just keeping one solid string. I like taking one at a time, and I don't like cutting the strings because it might shock the neck. A lot of people will laugh at that, but that's just the way I like to do it. I'm going to start with the low E, which is the 52. Okay, I'm going to show you the basics with this first string. Basically, it's still in tune, and I'm just going to unwind it real quick. What I like to do, too, is line up the hole. So I'll go 1.5 times around, basically. And I can, if you can see right here, the nub is sticking out from the old cut. And I like to get it over that. And then I can just unwind it real quick. And the nub is sticking out that way to show me that I'm kind of lined up. I maybe went a little bit too far, so I'm going to back it off a little bit. Now I'm going to take the string out of the back hole and wind it up. And so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to feed it through the hole, pull it through, kind of line it up with the bridge saddle. It really doesn't matter yet because it's going to flop around for a while until I get the string tension on. All right, what I'm going to do here is feed the string through, and I'm going to leave myself some wind in the string. So I like to take it and I like to play it out like this. Personally, it gives it kind of an arch, and you can see that it gives a lot of play in the string, and you get about that much out of it. So that's basically the distance that I want to cut off. Now I'll just take my tool and I'll cut right about where I want it. Oh, this is getting old and rusty. It's not as sharp as it used to be. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave a little nub sticking out, and I'm just going to start turning it to the inside, not to the outside. I'm going to turn it to the inside. It goes the opposite way on the other side of the guitar, and I'll show you one of those strings in a few minutes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to grab it pretty good with my hand, hold it up above the string nub. Now I'm going to bring it back down so it goes underneath and starts winding under the string nub. What you want is you at least want 2 full winds, if not 3 winds, around the peg to make sure it isn't going to slip once you're in tune. I might have a little bit too much wind here, but now I'm going to put this into the nut groove, and then I'm going to make sure the other end is sitting inside the bridge saddle like I showed you. As you can still see, I got play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down till it kind of grabs my fingers really lightly, as you can see. And that way I know I got tension enough to not worry about it anymore. So I'll give it a couple more winds, and then I'll check the tuning by doing the open tuning way. When I get it basically in tune, it doesn't really matter exactly because now I'm going to stretch it. So what I'm doing is grabbing it with 3 fingers, and I'll just go ahead and yank that up about 20 to 40 times. And I'm pulling it just enough to lift it off the ground, not too hard. I don't want to put too much pressure on the bridge saddle down at the bottom. And once I do 20 to 30 of these, then I'll just go ahead and do 20 or so of these. Now let's see if I'm still in tune. Yeah, I'm pretty much in tune. I'll give it one more little stretch here, like 10 of each. just to double check it, make sure it's in tune. And that's basically, you know, getting it each time. If it's out of tune, when you're done stretching it, go ahead and bring it back into tune. All right, there we are. Now I'm in tune. That thing's stretched out. I'm going to go ahead and do the A, the D, and the G, and then I'll show you how to change out the B, because that's going to get kind of thin on the wind right there. The reason I wanted to show you this one is because when you're checking the tuning on the open fretboard, it's different. So there I got it kind of lined up. Hopefully my head wasn't in the way there. And unwound it. Let's go down to the other end. Okay, I'm going to feed it on out, get it out of here, and then I'm going to go ahead and wind it up. So here's the new string. Going to stick the old string in there for cleanup, and now I'm going to go ahead and feed the string through. Look at this one's already got kind of a weird end on it. Where is it? There it is. Look at that. Usually they're really flat, so what I'm going to just do is I'm going to cut that off, cut it off halfway decently, set that where I could find it later. It's not going to fall on the floor and get lost, get caught in the vacuum cleaner, or have an animal eat it. These three, once again, are wound strings. You can hear. And these three, there's nothing there because they're all flat strings or unwound. And it's harder to get it to wrap. It's about how much I want right there. There we go. What we got here is, once again, now we're on the other side of the neck here, so it's going to spin the opposite way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hold it in my fingers like this. I'm going to make sure that a little extra is sticking out on this side, a little bit more than there, because on the wound strings, the wind actually grabs the edge of the hole that's here and holds it in place. But with the flat strings, it tends to want to slip out. So you got to make sure you can bend it. Once you get it going, you want to make sure you can bend it without it slipping out of the hole. And once again, hopefully I'm not blocking this, but you want to go over the top of the nub that's sticking out first. Then go ahead and push it down to the guitar neck like that, and go around another full time around. And once you get it on there, now it's definitely holding. What I do is I take my thumbnail, I don't have much of one, and I push the strings up so they're tight against each other. Push the string down to the body again, the headstock body, and keep winding it until I'm getting pretty tight. Now it's going to hold in place. Now I know I got tension and I can let go of it. Hear that? But I'm going to check that real quick. That's how high I want to go. So go here. Yeah, that should be it. Now it's pretty much in tune. Retune it every time you finish with a stretch. So it usually takes 2 or 3 stretches before it'll pretty much stay in tune. Then it's just up to you to play the guitar for a little while, retune it, play the guitar for a little while, retune it. Beat on the strings with your pick or your fingers, whatever way you play, and get that tension back to so it won't stretch out again. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you found this useful. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe. It'll help our channel grow. Check out another video over here. Check out our channel over here. We'll have a lot more videos coming up soon, so hopefully we'll see you on another one. Bye-bye.